Yes, welcome to another video, and it's the West Ham preview. Massive game, obviously, especially with Liverpool absolutely slammed Southampton. Yeah, we need to get the win, and this is not going to be easy, this, bro. Obviously, we played them in the Carabao, really kind of struggled to create anything. Obviously, got knocked out on pens, so this is going to be an absolutely massive game. Lots to discuss. Before we get into it, guys, I want to say a massive shout out to today's sponsor. It is the GOATs at Manscaped. If you don't know what Manscaped is, you've never heard of them before, basically, they've got this, which is the Lawnmower 4.0. It's specifically designed with your ball sack in mind, Bray.
That rhyme, that, bro.
It does. It's pretty sick, that, isn't it? Basically, guys, yeah, if you've got a hairy ball sack, you need a cure, you need a remedy for that situation. You don't want to be using scissors, you don't want to be using the knife, mate, because they're not the right tools for the job. The Lawnmower 4.0, it's got skin-safe technology, which means it helps reduce all those nicks and cuts. It's waterproof, it's got wireless charging. Oh, my God, what else has it got, bro? It's got a torch on it for that precision manscaping. And, bro, I've got some more facts for you. I've never done this before.
Yeah, no, never.
I've never done it, so even loyal viewers will be like, oh, what's he about to say?
What's he doing?
Did you know, bro, 96% of partners think bad grooming is a major turn-off. 85% of partners prefer a man who is groomed below the waist. And 91% of men think good grooming all around is essential to their professional success, guys. So now's the best time to get involved. 25% off due to the Black Friday sale. It's not going to last forever. Head over to manscaped.com/extra. The link is in the description. Massive shout out to them. It's 25% off your order and free shipping. That will not last forever, so take advantage while you can. Right, okay, bro. As I just mentioned before that about the game, it's not going to be easy. I made a claim, right? I made a statement when we beat PSG about this West Ham game, which may or may not prove to be kind of stupid, but time will tell. I believe this game's going to be trickier, harder than the PSG game, and the reason I say that, bro, is because PSG, whilst they were actually quite defensive in the end, they still left us plenty of chances because they wanted to win the game as well. West Ham will be very difficult to create any chances against them, and I think that we could struggle just like we did in the Carabao Cup, bro, and for that reason I think it could be a harder game to win. I really do. I think it's going to be a really tough game.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think I've actually seen quite a lot of people on Twitter who kind of agree with this kind of statement. Seen those people saying the kind of the same gist of things, saying that West Ham's going to be harder than PSG, a sentence that you'd never think you'd find yourself saying. Especially with their front three. But like you say, PSG actually wanted to win the game. They had to go out there and win it still, so they had to go for it. Whereas West Ham would be more than happy to take a point off City, because and again that for them that would be a point gain situation and 2 points lost for us because of the way that we'd look at it. It is going to be a really difficult game. It's going to be really hard to break them down. David Moyes got playing really good football. He's absolutely smashed it with them. So it's disgusting to think about because I said against PSG, I was excited going to PSG game to go against a team that'll play out and, you know what I mean, give us a bit of space and stuff, which they didn't end up doing. They just camped behind the ball. And we could see a very similar situation against West Ham. They were very defensive. Everyone's sitting behind the ball, trying to hit us on the counter and get a goal. That's how I kind of see them going for it. But and that's going to be disgusting. And it could be a very difficult day for City. So
yeah, we need to be on top form.
Yeah, I'm expecting, like, this could be absolute like trash in it. Do you know what I mean? This might, flip on its head, could go the complete opposite way, but I'm kind of expecting a low-scoring game because of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's a high-scoring game, that's probably good for City, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we need that because of like Liverpool and Chelsea running away with like the goal difference.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is going to be a tricky game. I'm really looking forward to it. Someone who may find themselves in the team again could be Raheem Sterling. Obviously, he's not played that much this season. Obviously, his form's been a bit off. However, is there a little mini revival here with Raheem Sterling? Because obviously he come off the bench a couple of weeks ago again. I think was it Bruges?
Bruges, yeah.
Played 15-20 minutes, played really well. Then got a start on the right-hand side against a team, I can't remember, but played really well. He then played against PSG, and I thought he played really well, even though it wasn't on the right, because obviously it was Mahrez, wasn't it, who played on the right-hand side. Incidentally, who played really well. But Sterling played on the left-hand side, which I didn't really want to see. However, he was good. I thought he was really confident and really trying to make stuff happen. Obviously, got the equaliser as well, which was absolutely huge for us. With Phil Foden might not be back for the team yet. Pep sort of saying, he's all right, but he's apparently still training on his own, so it's unlikely that he'll start. It looks like Raheem Sterling is going to be in the team again for this game. I tell you what, guys, if this guy has another good performance, we need to start talking about a potential revival and reverse of fortunes here for Sterling, because if he does have another good game, that's like 4 in a row that he's played well, so which is good for us guys, you know what I mean? Even if you've got your Sterling agenda, I know there's quite a lot of people who don't like him and don't want him to be sold or whatever, but regardless of your opinion on him, it is good what a City player is playing well, so I hope that if Sterling plays, he has another good game, because for me, that's not just a fluke. That's 4 games in a row that he's played well. So it's going to be a big call to see if he's in the team. I mean, probably is going to be with the injury situation.
Yeah, I think he'll start. And the guy's got 3 goals in 3 games, which is great, really.
And he's good, but he's going to have to play on the left, obviously, because you can't drop Mahrez.
Because Mahrez is too good, and too good to drop, I think. Keep Mahrez on the right hand side, plays on the left side. I said it very, very similar to the way that we finished the PSG game. Do you know what I mean? That kind of situation, very, very similar to that. I'm buzzing for Sterling at the moment. I'm really happy for him. I'm really happy to see this turnaround. No one likes it when a player's out of form, especially when they're getting linked to moves elsewhere and everything. Especially, a lot of people forget what Sterling's done for City in the past.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's done so much for City, and it's just these past 2 years have been shit. But if we can get the previous Sterling back, that'd be insane. And something that he was always with in his good years at City were, he was always in the right place, right time, getting them little tap-ins. Yeah, every so often he'd score from outside the box and that, but he'd always get like the tap-in goals all the time, like these little poacher goals. And that's what happened against PSG. He was in the right place at the right time to get to knock the ball into the back of net. And if he can do that, get himself in the right spaces, especially with the fact that we have no striker, that's like we lack that a lot. We lack that. I mean, how many times in a game do you see the ball get pinged across the box and there's absolutely no one there? And I think Raheem Sterling, if he can find himself in them positions, he might miss some, but he'll keep getting himself in 10 positions. And do you know what I mean? More, he should really score one of them. But this is a situation we find ourselves when we don't have a striker. And Raheem Sterling smash it at the moment. So for me, you got to start.
And as well, bro, Pep Guardiola's been talking about Raheem Sterling. I got some quotes here for you. So this is Pep Guardiola and Raheem Sterling. He says, "You have highs and lows. It's important that the lows aren't too low. They want to perform well. We won Premier League. I want to leave good. At the same time, relax. It doesn't depend on individual success. It's the team. On the pitch, when the manager gives you the opportunity, do your best. Raheem and everyone, that's all. When you see the players bad, that's a problem. It's not the case. Just look at how we fight. We win games." And again, still on Raheem Sterling. "I took Raheem Sterling back to basics. When you're at this level, it's normal. This calendar, they have more and more games. Sometimes guys are tired here or mentally. It's so difficult. It's just physical. So it's so demanding, a little bit low. Come back to basics, step by step. Basics will be enough when the confidence comes back. You come back who you are. If one player plays well, their ability doesn't go. Raheem is still the same guy." So, look, it tells me that, Pep Guardiola recognises, number one, that Raheem Sterling has been out of form, which is good, because it's good that we accept that, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you swerve it and just say, what you on about, then you're never going to address the issue.
Nah, so it's good, and it looks like Pep Guardiola, and I think you might have seen a little bit of this against PSG, because against PSG, I felt that, like, he was going back to basics. When he got the ball on the left, he was, more often than not, he was just making a decision and sticking with it. There were a couple of times where he could have done better, but he was either getting the ball and dribbling past the player, or, on the left-hand side and trying to sort of cut it in with his left foot, or he was cutting in and trying to find a position to shoot or something like that. Like, it looked to me, bro, like there was less thinking going on in his brain and more action, you know what I mean? Which is what you need from Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, and especially with Sterling as well. And he knows, and he said it before on the radio, that in his head, he kind of flaps in situations. Do you know what I mean? The amount of times we've seen one-on-ones and he flaps, and because he knows in his head, he freaks out a little bit, he panics. I still think it is a little bit there. I think it still is a little bit there. I think his decision-making needs to speed up a little bit. But if that happens, then, you know what I mean, you're looking at a worldie there, because there was times against PSG where his decision making, he didn't really know whether to take him on or cut inside or do that. But do you know what I mean? That's like you say, he's going back to the basics kind of thing. But if he can speed up a little bit, just like how Rodri, he had to speed up and adjust again. And you know what I mean? The guy's not played a lot, so he's getting back into the speed of the Prem.
Yeah.
So I back him to have another good game. And like you say, if he has another good game, we need to have a serious conversation about Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, final talking point before we get into the team lineup, and this is about rotation. Now, we're entering the period of the season now. This stretch is the longest stretch of games that we'll have without an international break. The next one, I think, is in March, something like that. It's going to be hectic, guys. There's a game every 3 days, pretty much. You know what I mean? What's going to be interesting about this is that everyone in this squad is going to get the opportunity to perform. And again, Pep Guardiola in his press conference talking about players who are maybe unhappy at not playing. Where is he? He's saying it's the 6th season. The players know me. We know it's not a problem. They're nice guys. There's a line and they don't cross it. I completely understand if I was the player. They train. The way they train, the season is too long. They will play. And that's absolutely correct. You know what I mean? Nobody in this squad needs to worry about not playing. Because basically, with a game every 3 days, you're going to get the options to perform. And that includes the academy players, like the likes of Cole Palmer and the likes of James McAtee. They're going to get the time and minutes on the pitch. The next statement I'm about to say doesn't really apply to the academy players because obviously they're still breaking through. But if you're not playing, it's basically because you're out of form or you're just shit, mate. Because, like, you're going to... every player's going to play. Zinchenko's not played that much this season. This guy's going to play a lot of football now in this next period. He has to because Cancelo and Walker can't play every single game every 3 days for the next 3 or 4 months. You know what I mean? It's not possible. So players who haven't played that much football are going to get football, and there's no point in moaning about it if you're not on the pitch for one game because you'll probably be in the pitch for the next game. And if you're not, you need to look at yourself as a football player and think, what can I do better to get myself in this team? Because this period of football now, bro, if I'm not playing at all, that's a bad situation for me. And Pep is basically sending you a message, you know what I'm saying? Like Ake, bro, as long as he's fit, he'll play some games. He'll play some games, bro. Maybe not as much as the others because he is a 4th choice, but he'll play because he has to play because of the amount of football that we've got.
Yeah, when it comes to this kind of, and this is the worrying part of the season. Like when you think about it, because you're playing so often, this way players can pick up injuries. And you know what I mean, when you're halfway through a season, you don't want like a serious injury that could rule you out for the rest of it. Especially when you're playing every 3 days and that. So players will pick up knocks and stuff. So that's why rotation is so key. Rotation is key when you get into this part of the season. So. Yeah. Like you say, we'll see a lot of players that like Zinchenko and stuff that we're not used to seeing like in this early part of the season that we've not had. So you know what I mean, if players won't complain, that obviously they're not like that. But I mean, players like Fernandinho, I don't actually. We should see him because Rodri, like you say, Rodri can't play every single one of these games.
Yeah,
we might even see Fernandinho come back into side. But what you said there, boy, is the perfect thing. The fact that if you're not playing. And all these other players who you haven't seen much are playing, and you're one of them players you haven't seen much, but then you're not playing. You need to look at yourself and look at your game because there's obviously a reason for it outside of just Pep's not starting you. It's obviously something that you're doing that's making this happen. So obviously it's going to be a lot. It's a graft basically for all the players. It's an absolute graft.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's go into the team lineup. Then this is our predicted 11. To be honest, I think it pretty much picks itself, especially with form and injuries thrown in there. The defence pretty much standard. The one debate that we actually had, and we won't go into it now because the video is already 12 minutes long, but maybe you guys can let us know in the comment section below, is we've spoke before about Stones and Laporte being a good centre-back pairing for when we need to break teams down, as they're the best 2 defenders, they're our best 2 centre-backs on the ball. West Ham are going to be very, very defensive in this game and try and hit us on the break. Would you play Diaz in this game, or would you play Stones and Laporte to try and break the team down? It's an interesting one because West Ham are a very, very physical side, and that benefits Diaz. However, they're also going to sit back and try and get us to break them down. And in that situation, you probably want Stones and Laporte. We've gone for Diaz and Stones, but let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Midfield, pretty standard. And then again, up front, pretty standard at the moment due to the injury situation. So no real shocks there. I think pretty much the only decision is, I can't believe I'm really saying this, is do you play Diaz or do you play Laporte and Stones to try and help break down that defence?
Yeah, it's a good one to look at that. The team that we picked there is the team that finished the PSG game. That's the team that beat PSG. Do you know what I mean? After Zinchenko came off and Gabi came on, that is kind of how we played. So, do you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a strong enough team to beat West Ham. Obviously, everyone is going to say that, but West Ham are a really, really good side. Yeah, so we can't. West Ham, you have to absolutely respect West Ham completely because they'll hurt you. They will take points from big teams all season. They look good this year. So you know what I mean. And personally, I actually really like it. I really like that they're doing well. I like the fact that they're up there.
Yeah, me too.
Full competition, and I like West Ham. So I'm looking forward to the game.
Yeah, me too. And of course, guys, we'll be doing our live watch along. So if you're not going to the game or you're not going to the pub or anything, you're stuck and you don't want to listen to the crappy commentary that's on the broadcasters, come and join us on our live watch along, which we'll be streaming on the YouTube channel. Massive shout out again to the guys at Manscaped who have sponsored today's video. They've got a special Black Friday discount, a 25% off and free shipping. That 25% is off your order as well. That is only a limited time order. The discount will revert back to the standard discount that we normally have. So if you want to take advantage of that extra discount, which is only for a temporary time, it's probably going to end very soon, head over to manscaped.com/extra or just hit the link in the description. Please smash a like on the video for us, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit.